The Hedgehog Framework by Saliba Fadul. Today we're going to be talking about the Hedgehog Framework, and we're going to do a 30-second history lesson. The Hedgehog Framework was developed by Jim Collins in 2001 and first introduced in his book, Good to Great. Collins argued that there were two types of animals that every company could fall into. There were the foxes and there were the hedgehogs. He argued that foxes are good at a lot of things, at everything. But hedgehogs were the best at one singular thing. He argued that organizations will be more likely to succeed if they find the hedgehog, the one thing that they're really good at, and they will make sustainable long-term profits with it. So how do we find the hedgehog, and what is the hedgehog? Well, the hedgehog is something that can be found by asking three simple questions. What are we passionate about? What can we be the best in the world at? And what drives our economic engine? Very easy questions, very, very hard in the real world to get. Lots of companies are passionate about a lot of things, they are good at a lot of things, and they can make money. But that doesn't make them hedgehogs. That doesn't give them their hedgehog. And to get that hedgehog, the best thing to do is to look at some examples. So here they are. We're going to look at Apple, Amazon, and Starbucks. They are some great examples of hedgehogs. And we're going to look at AT&T, General Electric, and Google. First, we're going to look at Apple. We're going to answer the question and see where the hedgehog pops up. So, what are we passionate about? Apple is passionate about changing the world. What can we be the best in the world at? They're the best at innovation. Long-term, sustainable innovation. New products sustainably every single year. And what drives their economic engine? Well, that's a harder question to answer. To look at that, we look at profit per customer, profit per employee, profit per location, profit per brand. Those are just a few of them, but they're the easiest ones to look at. Apple looks at profit per customer. How much can they make off each customer sustainably and consistently? And that's how they find their hedgehog. They're passionate about changing the world, and thus they are innovative so that they can change the world. And their innovation creates that profit for the customer by bringing them back every single year to buy a new iPhone. They changed the world with the iPhone. That was their passion, changing the world. They were innovative by creating a phone that could do a little bit of everything, and they were good at profit per customer by bringing people back every single year to get the new iPhone. The iPhone 1, the iPhone 2, the iPhone 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on and so forth. They've been good at it. That's their hedgehog. They can find it. Now, Google is a great example of a fox. And Google is a great example of a fox because at one point they were a hedgehog. When Google first opened, they had a clear, simple passion. They were passionate about connecting the world. And they were the best at bringing you information easily and cheap. And for free, most times. And what drove their economic engine was price per customer. They were making profits on each customer. Every time a customer clicked, an ad appeared, they made money. They were good at it. They were connecting the world, they were providing the cheap service, and they were making money for each person that came to that service. But over time, they got into everything, and they lost their passion, and they lost being the best at everything. They got into, and were good at music. They got into books. They got into creating technology, so computers, phones, everything. They got into space. They got into venture capital. Google was no longer passionate about that one thing. They were no longer the best at just providing information. They got into YouTube, they got into everything, but they were still making profit per customers. In order to change this, Google became Alphabet. They had a new passion. They were passionate about being a part of your world. Everything you do, they want to be a part of it, and that was their passion. Changing the world. And what are they the best at? They're the best at getting into your world, getting into everything you do, and helping you do everything. And what drives their economic engine? Well, profit per customer still. And that's where they found their hedgehog when they became Alphabet. It's very simple to think about, but implementation and understanding and actually doing it in the real world is no easy task. You can be passionate about so many things. You need to be communicating. You need to know what you can be the best at. Are you the best at creating things? Are you the best at selling things? Are you the best at new things? It's so many different things with so many different angles to it. It's not simple, but it is possible. And that's why you can do it. Looking at these 3 questions, communicating with your staff, and the framework will help you arrive at a simple hedgehog, that thing, that sweet spot that you are the best at, providing you sustainable and consistent profits. Thank you.